Hamburgers?
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
Nana? Do you want to say hello, Americans?
Uh-huh.
Look up at the camera right there. See it?
Oh my gosh.
And other friends and subscribers from around the world. We are hanging out today with the grandkids. They're playing, and we are going to make enchiladas, and we are going to make cookies, but I'm going to do it in 2 separate videos. First, I'm going to make the enchiladas, and to make the enchiladas, here I have a leg of a deer that I need to clean the meat off of and grind it in my grinder. And my grinder won't fit on these countertops, so I'm going to have to do it over at the kitchen table. I am not sure if I'm actually going to film that. I'm going to see if I can or not. But I'm going to get that started and we'll check right back in. Okay, so I'm working on the deer meat. I got all the meat taken off the bone, and it's not really a butchering video, so I'm not going to show any of that. But now I'm going to clean all of this up, and this is just a quick trick I wanted to share. This is just a chunk. I didn't take the meat off in any pretty cuts. I just got the meat off because I know I'm going to grind it up into hamburger. So you can see there's a lot of tendon on here that would be very chewy. We don't want that in our hamburger. So this is just a quick trick I'm going to show you. You get part of the tendon here laid out, and then you take your knife and you just kind of scrape the meat right off that tendon. Like I said, not a butchering video, not professional, but it does the trick and it works really good. So I just wanted to share that with you guys really quick. Flip it over and do that other tendon. This works, of course, on all meat, chickens, and everything. There we go. Okay, so we got our meat all trimmed up, ready to go through the grinder. I've already got it started. I'm not going to show the whole process, just basically drop it in, spin the handle, out comes hamburger. Okay, we got our... Okay, we got our meat all ground up. Now, normally, with lean meat like this, I would have put in some... Are you going to play?
Yeah.
Put in some pork fat or something, but I didn't have any, so I'll just have to cook this with a little bit of oil. Okay, so I am ready to cook my meat, and I'm just going to start the saute on the onions. And this is approximately 2 pounds of meat and 1 large onion. I'm not going to show the cooking of it because the lighting on the stovetop is dim. Okay, so my onions have started sauteing. They're not completely done, but I'm going to go ahead and add the meat. I sauteed these with a little bit of butter, and since this is so lean and I didn't grind in any added fat, I may have to add a little bit of oil. So I am going to cook it on low temperature so that it cooks a little bit easier than hamburger. And you don't have to use venison. This is just a simple, coconut oil. There you go. Thank you, helper. Thank you, helper. But using regular hamburger, you'll just want to cook it the way you normally would. Go ahead and season it with your favorite seasonings, and then drain the excess fat off. Okay, so I have browned my meat, and I'm ready for the next step. I'm just going to let this sit here and cool off. I'm going to add cheese and enchilada sauce to this after it cools off. But while this is cooling off, I'm getting my cheese prepped. I'm going to put, this is the same pan that I did my meat in, and I'm just going to pour in enchilada sauce and warm it. Not bring it to a boil, just warm. And I'll show you what I'll do with that in a minute. Okay, so this is cooled off. I got my cheese grated, and here's my other can of enchilada sauce. So I'm going to keep some of this out to put on. Hold on just a minute, Kay, hon, we're filming. To put on top. One second, baby. Okay, pause. And record. Okay, sorry about that. It was a very important interruption.
It was. Worth it.
Worth it. So then I'm going to put in, there's about 2 pounds, so about 2 cups, which is about half this can. About like that. And if you mix this up while the meat's hot, you're going to end up melting your cheese and having a stringy mess. And it'll be very difficult to roll your, look at flies, to roll your enchiladas. So get this all mixed up, and it looks like it's taking that enchilada sauce. So I'm going to add a little bit more. Add it to your taste. You don't want it to, your enchiladas to come out too dry. And I did big shreds on the, that's about 3/4 of the can.
It's a big cheese grater.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, everybody's always jealous.
Where'd you get that?
And I'm like, you can't have it.
It's vintage. You have to find it at a yard sale or something.
And if I do find one, I ain't getting rid of it.
Yeah.
I'm keeping them all. I'm always worried something's going to happen to my cheese graters, and I'm going to have to get a traditional one. A non-vintage one.
Okay, so this is ready to roll. So we're going to set this aside and check back in, and I'll show you what I'm doing with the tortillas. Okay, I've started the dipping of my tortillas, and what I've done is heated up the enchilada sauce here, and I got a little bit hot, so I had to let it sit and cool off so that you could touch it. So your fingers get really, so you don't want it too hot that you can't touch it. You just basically dip each side and put it in the stack, and then we'll roll our meat mixture in this. Okay, so I'm ready to roll. I use a scoop or something. An ice cream scoop works really good. That way you got an even amount in each one. And this is a little bit messy process with dipping the tortillas, but it's well worth it in the end. Just gently roll, and that dipping will help keep the corn tortilla together while you roll it, so it doesn't crack and fall apart. Okay, so you don't want to watch this, so I'll check back in. Okay, got them all rolled up. I've got just a little bit of enchilada sauce, so I'm going to go ahead and pour some over the top. You just want to have everything covered with enchilada sauce and a little bit sitting in the bottom of the pan for moisture. And these, Katie was commenting that they look like big enchiladas. And these are the larger tortillas, but they will flatten as they cook. And then I'll put the cheese on the top and set it aside until we're ready for dinner, then we'll stick it in the oven. Okay, so the enchiladas are done finally. It is dinner time. I did not show the cookies being made. It's a little crazy around here today, but we are serving it with rice. So there we go. I cooked this for 25 minutes at 375. Good Lord willing, the creeks don't rise. We'll see you guys again tomorrow.